in the Twitterverse. Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking at health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while you're looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
I posted that just to give you guys a quick reminder of what 2020 used to be like. I know memory on the internet is quite short. It's very easy for people to forget. There's another video montage of 2-minute snippets from different channels on different news outlets saying that this news has been brought to you by Pfizer. This program has been sponsored by Pfizer. That was also back in 2020. Now, what's interesting is that the Epoch Times is pointing out that the White House has pushed Facebook to censor Tucker Carlson. And I don't know why this is really newsworthy, given the fact that the White House itself has admitted during 2020. Jen Psaki, I remember, when she was still a spokesperson, she circled back. She pointed out that, yes, the White House is working closely with social media companies in order to censor misinformation. And this was a big thing. Now, for some reason, no one really cared at the time. But now, ever since Elon Musk has purchased Twitter, and he released the Twitter files, people start caring. I guess it's different when institutions tell people that something is happening, and of course the advantage is now there is actual evidence. It's not just a White House spokesperson which can say, oh, well, I misread, I didn't. Right? No, now there is clear evidence. If you look at the Twitter files regarding the collaboration between the authorities and Twitter, one of the more interesting things is that they also suppressed information that was accurate, but it went against the government politics. Because in 2020, it was considered that the science is ruling the country. Dr. Fauci being the avatar of science. And everything we do, the politicians didn't want to take away your rights, but the science was dominating them. It was like the Holy Spirit getting into the apostles and manipulating their actions. It was similar. But it turns out that the science is the science and politics is politics. Politicians setting policy completely different than the science. And they didn't like when someone was speaking against the policy. And this is why they were asking for censorship. Like, for example, in this article, it talks about a lady by the name of Tommy Laren. I have no idea who she is, but she said that she wouldn't take a vaccine and this had to be censored. I mean, it was her personal decision. Like, she didn't want one for herself, and the White House came in and said, no, Facebook, bad. We cannot let the public know that she doesn't want it. And meanwhile, you had the very interesting push, one-sided push. There were no more two sides of the same story. There was no more concern. There was nothing. It's like, this is the correct information, which is coming from the government, the light and wisdom. And everything against it, including from the mainstream media, like we can see Tucker Carlson, which, by the way, I would like to point out, he never violated YouTube TOS. And YouTube TOS regarding COVID was incredibly strict. I mean, even like the smallest insinuation, like doctors got banned from the platform, right? Especially if you messed anything about the vaccines. Like, if you said anything negative about them, you would get your account taken down. But Tucker Carlson didn't. Like, he didn't violate YouTube's TOS, which again were very strict. So you can imagine just how strict the White House was trying to be. I mean, the White House, I guess, was even more strict than YouTube. And they were trying to pressure Facebook. Now, the silver lining, I guess, is because this is now a big scandal and there is hard evidence of these things, especially with the Twitter files, with Elon Musk. Members of the GOP are going to try to investigate the weaponization of the federal government. And they pledged to investigate allegations of collusion between federal agencies and private companies. And they're looking to establish a subcommittee on the weaponization of the government. Republicans have put forward the House rule package, which includes proposal to create a House Judiciary Select Subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government. The proposal for the subcommittee comes after Republicans recently signaled that they want a top-to-bottom investigation of the FBI after Twitter files disclosed that the agency pressured Twitter to censor American free speech. Something which the FBI claims it's a conspiracy theory. I don't understand. Yes, but you haven't debunked the conspiracy theory. You are conspiring in order to stifle free speech. That's literally the accusation. Yes, it's a conspiracy. You are being accused of conspiring. That is what you're being accused of. And you're like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Yes! Now debunk it. Right? The people have found evidence that you were contacting the leader, well, not the leadership, but the people in charge to make these decisions at Twitter, and you were pressing them to censor people. The White House spokesperson stated at the time that you are doing this. I guess she didn't say that the FBI was doing this. She said that the White House is doing it. Right? But still, you as the FBI are accused of conspiring. And you're like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. We know. Yes, it is. But what's more fascinating is that after a year of defund the police, police is evil, all cops are bastards, all of this, right? Was it a year or 2 years? I think it was 2 years of just non-stop attack on the police officers. The moment you say something negative about the FBI, just the tiniest amounts of criticisms, oh, you're a traitor, you're not a patriot, you're not... Isn't that fascinating? Is that American culture? Do you guys worship the FBI? I don't understand. There was a time when the FBI didn't exist, wasn't there? Was it the Pinkertons they were called? The Pinkertons, yeah, they made the FBI. I guess the Americans before the Pinkertons weren't patriotic? Is that how it works? And no one is saying defund the FBI. That's what's interesting, right? Because there were things that were said far worse about the police officers than the FBI. But no one is saying defund the FBI. No one is saying that you need to fire people. No, people are saying we need to do an investigation and figure out why this particular organization is losing public trust. Because you are losing public trust if it's found out that you're using taxpayer money to suppress the voices of American citizens. Using the private sector to do so. I mean, that's a little bit interesting, right? So the government can't ban free speech, but what it can do is to launder that power, I guess, to the modern version of the phone company, to the modern version of the press, right? And again, you're trying to censor members of the press. I mean, if Tucker Carlson isn't a journalist, then who the fuck is? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.